And it helps when I turn the mic on. Thanks for that, Panda Corn Girl. That Panda Corn Girl is my daughter, so she saved me there from another blown video. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Double check. All right. Okay, I think we're good. So, on with the show here. So like I was saying, this is now my third actual show, fourth video. I've got a bunch of these unboxing videos I've done over the last couple years in the Phantasmal Facebook group, where I pretty much daily post something. I'll find a piece of art and share it. I've been doing that for about 3 years now, so I've really enjoyed that. But I'm kind of trying to take it online now. I think I can get a lot more interaction and kind of give everyone a place to kind of come together here and there and have a lot of fun looking at art, maybe chatting about our recent finds, what we get. Any auctions that we might have participated in. It'll be a lot of fun, I think. So I'm continuing to do this, and let's see how it goes tonight. If you want, feel free to chat. You can send things to me. Like for tonight, I'm going to be looking at comic art fans. And if you're not familiar with comic art fans, it is basically a primary comic book based art site where people come together and they do their collections of art that they have over the years, and that's at least kind of how it has had its start. Obviously, it has expanded, and I want to say a couple of years ago, when they kind of added in the IX side of things, where people were encouraged to do their painting collections, their fantasy art. So that's been growing over there, and if you don't have one, I'd highly recommend using it. I'm a premium member there. It's a good place to find art, and it's a great place also to communicate, because you can comment on any of the pictures, any of the images there that you find, and it's kind of a little community in and of itself. A lot of artists post there too. They had a kind of a live interactive fair or event online this year, I think in response to COVID, and that was a lot of fun too. Everyone got on, put some art up, and you could go in and look at the focused booths. This is very similar to what IX is doing now. And I think everyone kind of had to have that step back when COVID hit and react. We can't really come together and have these big conventions with the way things are. So it's just people kind of thinking out of the box and trying different things, and they've both been very successful. I've really enjoyed going to IX and taking a look at the art there. I bought one of the premium tickets. I think you can get one for, I believe it's like $40. So, that allows you, I think that gives you a couple days head start on seeing new art that's added for like the entire period that this runs. And I believe it's running for about 6 months. So it's good value, especially if you're looking for that special piece. I definitely will be doing some diving into that. Probably, I'll probably do some chat centered on it. I'll have to figure that out, because, like I said, they do have that early preview. So I'll chat with the powers that be and see what they say. But I would like to do that. So similar tonight, as I go through comic art fans galleries and things, I want to be mindful. One of my longtime members today suggested that I should try to get permission from each one of them that I plan to show their gallery. And I thought about it, and I said, well, yeah, but I'm not trying to go show someone's specific gallery. What I'm doing is just looking for the stuff that's listed for sale, and we're taking a look at that. And if I can find any particular folders that might be marked as for sale, then I would show that. And I've always, that's what I've done in Phantasmal's Facebook group, and I feel like everybody wants a little help selling something. If I'm wrong, and you come here and you find something, I'm always willing to take a video down or whatever if you feel like it's a problem for you. But I think in general it's helpful for people, so I'll do a lot of that. So enough of me talking. Let's jump in and let's start getting a little art here. I highly recommend on these late nights to get a little drink. This for me is coffee because I was lagging a little bit tonight. Get whatever you normally drink this late night. And let's take a look at some stuff. I'm going to start, let's see. So let's start with Phantasmal. That's kind of been what I've been doing, just to see if there's anything that's been posted here. And we will get to it. I don't know why I'm only getting that one post. Let's see. All right. So I did post this today. Ren's Fairy Realm. This artist, she does fantastic work. I don't normally even post things like this in Phantasmal, but she just really does great work. This piece is of Freya, the goddess Freya from Norse mythology. She runs auctions. They're unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. I haven't seen, like I said, this is probably only the third or fourth one I posted to the group. But I seem to remember that they did go for a good bit. They're not cheap, but they're well worth it. They're really great works of art. Let's see, so here's one. Phil Lee shared this to the MTG Art Market, and I thought it was a really great piece, so I shared it. I don't share all of them that come out of the Magic the Gathering groups because honestly they just post so much art, and I want to be, Phantasmals covers that stuff, but I try to also cover other things, and I don't want to bombard the group with messages. So here and there I post a few. Now this one is interesting because it's an auction up that they're doing, and as you can see, the current bid for it is $2,500. Artist is Zoltan Boros, the Galdheim set. It's rather large for that's a good size painting. It's really nice. Now, Dargah's original MTG artwork is pretty recent site. They're basically putting up different focus pieces and that. Looks like it's a Phil and Jerry event, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that's when you see one, you see the other. Usually, you know what I mean. They're very tight friends. this piece sold, so we're kind of done here. Next thing I want to do, I'm going to look at the Stardust Art Collective. Again, I love these little collectives. They have a good group of artists. All of them have, a good variation in what they have. So I like to take a look at them, and Stardust has got one here, so let's take a look at it. So the Stardust Art Collective Art Auction Guide, basically you comment the bid. The bids have to be $5 higher. Now they have the comment buy it now to purchase the piece immediately. I'm not sure if this is one of the auctions where that can happen at any time, but you need, some of them are, I think that is the case. Bids made in the last 2 hours. We'll extend it. So let's take a look. Tarot Reader. Christine Karron. I think I got that right. Starting bid is 200. Buy it now is 300. Looks like it's looking for an opening. That's pretty nice here. Lady Justice. Christine R. Bay. It's kind of a neat cloak. Flowers. Our Lady Justice, she's got the blindfold. She's missing the sword. Is she supposed to have a sword? I don't know. Empress of the Sun, Jenna Wing-Hu. All on wood panel. Pearl Lijing. Jenna Wing-Hu, yeah. So it's got a $30 starting bid. No bite now. Looking for an opening. Queen Physalis. Did I get that right? Physalis. One of the two. Starting bid is $230. Bite now is $300. Let's see. It's opening. So this just started and it runs till the 25th. Let's see. The Sun, good size. 200 starting bid, 300. Buy it now. Looks like it's got an open on it. Now look at this. Quite mischievous looking. A little moon and a dog. It's cute. The Moon. Mary Pohlmann. And it has an opening bid of 200 and a bite now of 300. So is she blowing like blowing a bubble, but it's the earth? It's an interesting idea. Using your imagination. Sibylline Genesis. Holly Morningstar. So Holly looks like she had a good thought here. And someone blowing planets like bubbles. I like that. One of my favorite things about fantasy art is the imagination side of things. Just coming up with some of the unique compositions of the piece and kind of just the idea. I mean, a lot of times just a little pop of color done in a specific way will get your eye, and it's it takes a lot of thought for these things. Like I was watching a video yesterday, Hildebrandt, and he was talking about how he apparently was the person that came up with the concept of Ariel having orange hair and doing her red hair and doing her in the way that she was done for Disney. And there was obviously there's some kind of disputes over that. I don't want to get into the politics of the art business, but that's what I'm talking about. He reimagined her, and he kind of did her in a way that people hadn't thought of and portrayed her, and it's a good thing. That's a nice piece. The Sacred Moon. All on gesso board. Let's see. I always read that gesso, even though I know it's gesso, whatever. So I am not, disclaimer, I'm not an artist myself. I do draw. I've attempted to paint, but it's pretty much a disaster. Though I have gotten a little better every time I try it, but I don't have the patience for it. I don't know why. One day I'm going to have just like everything's going to be out of the way and the rat race is going to be done, and I'm going to find myself painting out somewhere by a pond. It's going to happen. Miko. Léo-Vinh Beauvois. Did I get that right? Starting bid 160, buy it now 220. Looks like it's looking for an open. So that's interesting. Is that like paper mache painted over? Because that looks like it's printed. Collection mixed media. Yeah. Okay. Probably is. L'Etoile. Artist Charline, Mahroug, and Winona, Adamon. What is that? There's a lot of text in there. Okay, I've got this in $230 USD and $300 buy it now. Like the water pouring from the faces, and the background's really nice. She has quite an expression on her face, like she's kind of surprised to see somebody. Interesting. Like the kind of scroll work. Summer. It's a good representation of summer. Got a Emmanuelle Boulain. Get that. Start bid's 200 and by now is 300. Looks like it's looking for an open. All right, Chloris. Bid is 250. By now 300. Mayumi Ogihara. Looking for an open. Wow, I like that a lot. Yeah, Cheryl J. Owen. Just such a soft, that's a pretty style. Ace of Wands. Watercolor on archival paper. Starting bid is 185 and the buy it now is 285. So if anybody's out there, like I said, and they want to, you want to talk about a piece, feel free to chat. I've tried to watch it, and we can maybe talk about it rather than just me going through it. But if you care to just relax and let me do that, I will. I have to really think about this piece. I like this piece a lot. It's really, really good. Breath of Life. Art. Isabelle Munné, maybe. Starting bid's 190. Buy it now is 210. Looks like looking for an open. And it's very interesting I'm trying to make out the wings. They look like insect wings. Maybe a butterfly or a dragonfly or something. It's very interesting. I'm not really sure what it represents, but it's really nice. The colors are great. Star, 150 USD, 210. Buy it now. A lot of colors there. We have here the lovers. Katerina Tropajevic. I tried to put a little accent on that. I have no idea how to say that. So we have a starting bid of 200 and a buy now of 330. Again, it's a great use of color. Definitely focusing on the feelings here. It was really great. A plus Harius, the most happy. Queen and Boulain. So we got a starting bid of 195, buy it now 400. That's looks like it's looking for an open. So Nouveau Fairy, Katerina Koukiotios. I don't know. So I've seen her art for a while now. I definitely recognize it when I see it. Very distinct style. Has a beautiful dress. I cannot say her last name, but you know, Katerina it is. We've got really beautiful hair and flower work's great. So this is a starting bid of 150 and a buy it now 200. That's a really good price. 8 by 11. And it has an opening bid of 150. Okay. Those are neat. I like how the canines are kind of being built of the stars or the splattering. It's kind of like antimatter almost. We have little stars and wisps. That's really nice. Ink on paper. 6 by 9, so it's relatively small. Opening bid 180 and buy it now is 130. And that's Holly Broxson. Strengths tarot card box. Oh, so it's a box, painted box. Put your tarot cards in. Starting bid 200, buy now 275. Well, I do not really do tarot or anything, but if I were to want a place to store them, that'd be it. It's really nice. Got little jewels on there. Definitely can imagine getting your fortune told with that. Artist is Regina Vinicky. So 4x4 watercolor. I was trying to see, it looks like she might use a metallic silver, a little splattering on there. So small work, $65 or $100, buy it now. And that's it for the art collective. Okay, I'm going to head over to Comic Art Fans, which is kind of my main goal for the night. Anyone here have a gallery there? Have a gallery? Let me know if you'd want us to take a look at it. You can send the URL to my Twitter account. It's Phantasmal.com. If you want to get it to me, and I will show it to chat and see what we've got going. So it looks like I'll start you guys out. I'm going to have to screen these a little bit, so I will be bringing them over into the active browser as I go through them. So I'm going to start out with the new art area, so that we can just get a kind of broad spectrum of things. I need to get into as soon as I can verify that first page is clear. Looks pretty clear. I will post it and then we will go. All right. So I'm trying to focus on splash pages, covers, and mainly fantasy art. So I will skip a good bit of this stuff as I go through it. It's really the only way for us to kind of get places. But this is art that's for sale on Comic Art Fans, and I think I'll take a look at a couple of these. Hellblazer Special Cover 1. Of course, he's got it in the for sale status, and then has not for sale in the status. That is one thing that always bugs me on CAF. It seems like people get those. Wish there was some way they could keep that a little bit more in sync. See, here's another one. Not sure why. Oh, okay. Actually, I thought that was the new art for sale. I went in the wrong area. 1 second. I think we're safe to go there on the first one. Let me see, view the new classifieds. All right, we'll take a look at this first page here. So we're getting a lot of mixed art here. Try to find what we can that's a little more fantasy. Let me pre-screen this next page. Okay, it looks good. We're gonna check it out. I'm not sure what that is. We'll make that out. It's kind of cool. Abstract. Simon Bianchi. Not sure if that was published or anything, but it's really nice. We got a Lady Death. It's a really nice one. Original cover art number 1. 2500 by Scott Lewis. Anyone out there have a favorite artist or anything that you want me to check? Let me know. We can do a quick search. Nice. Gabrielle Dell'Otto. 2440. The Call, number 4 cover. Not the sequential in that batch. We'll need yeah, I'm gonna bring this one over. It's pretty cool, but the rest of there's some stuff on that page I shouldn't show. Silver Surfer by Gibo Vigante. Gaunt. Be interesting. Pencils and Prismacolor. 11 by 17. $900. It's a great job on the Surfer. Look at that blues up in there. I mentioned this last show, but he's as far as comics go, he's always been one of my favorite characters, and I really am excited to see, or hear rumors that he's going to be kind of one of the focuses in the, over the next 10 years with the Marvel movies. Okay, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to go and look at some people's folders that I normally check myself, see if they've got some art for sale. Okay, yeah. So this is Foggy Bottoms section here, and you see we've got a Patrick Jones pencil and Michael Hayes piece. Both are great, and let's take a look at those a little closer. $300. Really nice. What size is that? I really like Hayes. That's great. I have a black and white wall over here. I bought a piece from Foggy before. It was my Brahm Demon Hunter pencils. I'll show that to you really quick. So I'm learning a little bit each time with these shows. Last time I kept the ring going when I tried to show this to you guys, and it was very hard to see. I'm going to switch. Let me switch my mode just a second too, so you can get a better shot of that. So this is really great. I always wanted a piece by Gerald Brom, and I was able to get it from Foggy. Thankfully, he was moving at the time and needed to let go, and I got a great deal on it. Couldn't be happier. I just keep a lot of simple pencils on the wall over here. I do like them. Funny though, I don't like ink works a lot. Like, some of the best artists in the world, but when they ink them, it just loses something for me. I don't know why. Very, very little ink work, but I love pencil work. Wonder anyone else like that? Let's see. Here's the Patrick Jones piece. So now Patrick Jones is doing a Kickstarter on the 25th, I believe. Mindwork Games has been doing these sculpted miniatures based on works by the Imaginative Realism Masters. There've been a couple of pieces I know by Brahm. The harpist piece was awesome. The only reason I did not buy one is I just know me. I would never stop and put it together. It would have been there forever. And then maybe 5 years later, I might have done that. I might have put it together or whatever. But if it was a little more of a, if it was just like a statue, I've got a lot of statues. I collect sideshow stuff. I would have bought it immediately. But the kits and things, I just don't really have the time for them. I'm always doing something. I'm a technical project manager during my day job, and I do multiple little side things like this to keep me busy. I like to have my mind working, so that's why I haven't bought them. But check out Mind Work. I believe that's the name, and it's pretty easy to find. But I will actually be doing kind of a Patrick Jones focus. I plan on doing that next week on or around that launch date. I'm actually kind of had this thought that it'd be really neat to dive into the Kickstarters, and they have original art available usually in those, and then you can also dive in kind of a spotlight on an artist, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. I know I personally want to learn more about the artist. I'm a little too broad, taking it all in to stop and really understand an artist and what they're doing. I mean, my favorite artists, yes, but there's so many world class, just phenomenal artists. I just know just the surface level on. So I think it'd be kind of great for me, and maybe for you if you think so, to kind of do deep dives on some of them, do a little spotlight, see what we can find, And maybe later I'll graduate to, even talking, getting the artists on, but have to crawl before we walk, right? That's a great piece. We'll be looking at many more pieces of his art next week. Let's see if he's got a marked one for sale. Not clearly marked for sale, but I'll have to keep that going then. No. What? Huh?
You're not showing the art. It says you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but that's because I'm picking it at the moment. But yeah. Okay, maybe I didn't know. Luckily, my daughter is on it tonight. I'm gonna have to get a lot more organized for this to be great, but we'll get there. No, no. Hey, here we go. Make sure we're safe. Okay, here's a good piece by Robert Gould. Now, I like Robert. With all due respect, with Michael Whalen's Elric, I've loved those covers to the Elric series, Stormbringer. Robert Gould did a batch of them that they're so beautiful and soft that they kind of romanticize the character a lot more, which which fits great. I mean, it's a tragic story, and the main character is pretty much was created to be the antithesis of Conan. And you know, he was weak and needs drugs. And I really honestly, I don't know the full history of things, but I've always thought of Elric as like the first goth, right? He was the first just real anti-hero in my mind anyway. He was just the natural response to the big muscular Conan, you know, the depictions of Boris Vallejo, and you know, everyone had to be just incredibly strong and tan skin and bronze skin, you know, and here Elric was a frail albino. Now this piece isn't Elric, but that's where I know gold from. That's a really pretty piece. And it is for sale. And Dave Morris, he's got a bunch of art I want. It's some stuff by Den Beauvois, and I follow his collection because of, you know, of its content. Very much a similar artist. That's, you know, I know everyone has their different tastes, so it's kind of neat how you do find people out there that have very similar tastes to you, and they kind of tend to go after the same works that, you know, that you follow, and you learn of them in that way. A lot of fun. And let's see. Trying to find some clearly marked for sale stuff in specific folders. It's a little harder to do than I had anticipated, so I should have probably done a little of this ahead of time. It just seems to me like when you're on CAF and you're looking through it, tons of people, you know, they have the for sale folder so that it's, you know, they want you to you know, see what they have and clearly communicate that it's for sale, so they have a much better chance of getting it sold. All right. Well, I'm going to plan B on that, and let's just go and do a final. We'll do a final run through on the Facebook groups I usually follow. Do some checks. There have been some new things just today, so I like to kind of keep up with those every time I do the show. This one's 550, and it's been up a couple days. It should be closing any time now. Yeah, it closes on the 23rd. So it's at 550. It is the Pilfering Hawk. That's really nice. It's Dan Scott. Now look at this. We have looks like Shelley Kamath Pankos is with Ryan Pankos. Ugin the Spirit Dragon maquette. It's by Ryan Pankos. Current bid $700. Ooh, local pickup only. That's tough. It cuts a lot of people out. Let's see. Current bid $700. It looks like they said up there. So that's up to date. Let's take a quick look at the piece. That's neat. I wonder if he made this. I didn't get to read that story, but I wonder if he made this for the reference. Yeah, I see a lot of artists do this. I know. Saw Dave Leary do. He tends to do this a good bit. What? Oh. And that's when you know you're into your work. So one of the reasons, again, that I kind of didn't get into doing my own art is so that's real work. I mean, it's a lot of work. You have got to be dedicated in order to sketch something, then draw it. Build a model of it, get the shadows. I mean, it's work. That's hours and hours that goes into this stuff. It's not what you think of when you're a kid drawing. Like that's going to be your job. But, it's not a job if you love it. That's a great piece. And a little bit of a very unique history. I think that's, I know that painting went for quite a lot. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was 5 figures, I know. So, if a sketch usually goes for like what 5 or 10% of a painting, I mean, what is this worth? I don't know. Probably going to go over 1,000, I'm guessing. Someone sharing his art. A first timer. I like me. I just recently picked up my first Magic Gathering piece. The God of Battle by Beauvois. It's a good frame job too. Yeah. I don't normally do cards or anything, but any kind of TCG stuff that I get. Ralph Horsley, Aeon Engine Prelim Sketches. These are cool. That's really neat. Good piece of art history. And is this a Magic card? It is. Well, I have never seen any Magic card this colorful. I'll take a look. Is this like a new take on the Pixie Queen? That was always one of my favorite pieces of art from Magic art, back in the day. When I used to play, I just thought that was such a pretty piece. This is the Butterfly Queen. Glen Alindra Archmage. Fairy Wizard. Have to love that. And that's where we were earlier. Here's a good piece. Obelisk of Naya. Original art by Steve Prescott. It's 9 by 12. Starting at $1,000. Looks like they're at $2,600. That's really cool. I like the bends in the. That's just fantastic. Really, I love that. This trees blowing from the source of power. This is a person who's had a lot of art in his mind, a lot of art direction too. Probably he's not wasting any of the power feel of that piece. Steve Prescott, right? Yeah, Steve's a great artist. Flash sale, Lucas Graciano, 3,500 or best offer. Dragons, man, we got dragons. So is this like some tournament area? Oh, is it? Do we have jousting dragons maybe? The Dragons Grand Prix. 18 by 24, very large piece, $3,500. It was an official playmat. So not a card or anything, but oh, so the playmat had cards on it, but the painting doesn't. That's good to know, because that would be pretty weird to have the cards on it. I mean, that might be your thing, but I don't really like to mix my subject matter. A Friday sale, Philip Burberry. 13 by 10 inches. 3,500 or best offer. Oh yeah, look at all that turf flying up. Just crunching around, crashing in. I love that. Like it a lot. Adam St. Pierre. Happy Dragon Wyvern Friday. Final painting by John Howe. Offers above 4K with a 6K buy it now. It's a Dragon Vortex. Let's see. Well, I lost my RPG street cred there. Those are wyverns, clearly. I'm going to see if they have little poison tails. That looks like it could be stabby. I'll take a stabby wyvern tail. Hurricane. 90-day payment plan. That's awfully nice. 25% down and 25% every 30 days. That could be yours. We showed this last show. I won't dwell on it too much again, but it's beautiful. And a first time painting by Jake Murray is at 8,200. That's a really good first painting. Pretty much angels and dragons and things like that. If you do them well, it's a surefire way to sell for big dollars, that's for sure. They're very popular. I looked at this too. I really like this piece. I don't know why. I think it's the colors and the anger behind it and emotion. I like that card a lot. I think I'm going to do, since I'm kind of doing this show, it's been a little while since I have really looked at every Magic card. Like the way I see things is it gets fed to me through Facebook and through, people when they come up for sales when I see them. So I don't see a lot of the digital ones. I stopped playing in the Kamigawa block a long time ago, and I just kind of ran out of people to play with and got into other things. But I might kind of start going back through and just seeing all the cards. That's some really good ones. That's a great one. I love that. Victor Adam Minguez. All right. Well, I think it's about that time. I hope everyone enjoys the show. If you have anything you want to show me or contact me with, please shoot it over to my Twitter account. I will take a look at it and maybe show it next time. It's Phantasmal Calm. is my handle. Also, I'll probably see you guys again next Tuesday. I'm gonna kind of use Tuesdays a lot because you get the weekly heritage auction, and I like to always check in on that anyway. So we'll look at that a lot, and occasionally I might do a Sunday evening. There are some other things that kind of you have lots of auctions tend to end on the weekend, though that'll be rare. But Sunday, the reason why I think maybe I'll be on a little Sundays is because that's late at night on a Sunday night is when I actually probably do my most looking around at art. I always it's just been my thing. It's a great way for me to relax. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. I will continue working on it. I think I'll get a little better as we go along. As I've been saying, I definitely have to work out some of the kinks here. Luckily, my daughter saved me tonight from having another show with no sound. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you soon.